Kevin De Bruyne, one of Manchester City's key players, faces uncertainty about his participation in their upcoming Premier League clash against Arsenal. The Belgian midfielder had to be substituted during the Champions League group stage match against Inter Milan after suffering an injury that could affect his availability. The match, which ended in a goalless draw, saw De Bruyne struggling with what appeared to be a groin injury towards the end of the first half. Despite attempts to carry on, he could not continue, leaving his team to complete the game without him. The injury raised concerns, especially with such an important fixture against Arsenal just days away. Pep Guardiola, City's manager, was quick to address the situation but admitted that it was too early to make any definitive statements regarding De Bruyne's condition. "I don't know the extent of his injury yet," Guardiola told reporters post-match. "I haven't spoken to the doctors. We'll assess him tomorrow and then we'll have more information." Guardiola's uncertainty about De Bruyne's fitness has left City fans on edge, as the playmaker's presence is crucial for the team, especially in high-stakes games like the one against Arsenal. The 33-year-old Belgian has been instrumental for Manchester City over the years, helping the team secure numerous titles. Despite the injury concern, Guardiola remained upbeat about the team's overall performance against Inter Milan. He praised the efforts of his players, emphasizing that the game was well executed, even though it ended in a stalemate. "We played really well," he said. "I'm proud of how the team performed. Inter are masters of defense, and their transitions are dangerous, but we handled it well." Ruben Dias, one of City's star defenders, echoed Guardiola's sentiments, reflecting on how early it is in the season and how much more the team can improve. "The season has just started, and we are still coming back from the international break," Dias said. "The pre-season only just ended, so we're still finding our rhythm." Dias acknowledged that while the game was challenging, City showed great promise. "We could have scored, and we had the chances," he admitted. "But that's football. Sometimes the ball just doesn't go in. There's a lot of room for us to grow." City had faced Inter Milan just a few months earlier in the Champions League final, so they were well aware of the threat posed by the Italian giants. Dias explained how familiar they were with Inter's style of play, stating, "We know them well. They are a team that can hurt you in various ways." On the opposing side, Inter Milan's coach, Simone Inzaghi, was full of praise for his team's performance against City. He acknowledged the quality of the opposition, but was pleased with how his players executed their game plan. "We all know what City are capable of," Inzaghi said. "We had to give everything and play a great game. I asked my players to play just as they did." Inter's ability to frustrate City with their defensive tactics was key to securing the draw, and Inzaghi credited his players for their discipline and execution. He recognized the challenge of facing a team as powerful as City, but took pride in his team's resilience. While the result may not have been what Manchester City hoped for, they can take solace in the fact that it's still early in the season, leaving plenty of time for improvements and adjustments. Guardiola, in particular, emphasized the long-term perspective, pointing out that as the season progresses, his players will only get better. City's next challenge, however, is the looming fixture against Arsenal. Whether or not De Bruyne will be fit for that match remains uncertain, but Guardiola is optimistic that the team will adapt regardless of the outcome. The injury scare has put Manchester City's medical staff on high alert as they work to assess De Bruyne's condition in the coming days. Fans and pundits alike will be watching closely, eager to see whether the midfield maestro can recover in time for Sunday's showdown. With or without De Bruyne, City will need to bring their A-game against an Arsenal side eager to prove their mettle early in the season. The match promises to be a pivotal moment in the Premier League race, and De Bruyne's absence could tilt the scales in Arsenal's favour.